mean getting less love in your life? In other words, how specifically do you believe that that being rich and being wealthy will mean people won't like you? Okay, this is a tough question to get your head around. Why? Okay, here's the question: why do you believe that having more money or being rich will mean people won't like you? Your friends, your family. Why do you believe that being rich will mean that people won't like you? Good. That's good. This, by the way, is one of the biggest wealth wounds out there. People just do not allow themselves to become wealthy or successful because they fear that other people will be unhappy about that, and other people will no longer want to be around them or give them that connection and love that they need. And that's why it's so vital to move out of your peer group and move into a peer group of go-getting, motivated, successful, financially free kind of people, or people moving in that direction anyway. People who accept that that is a good thing, basically. So it doesn't matter. They don't have to be wealthy right now, but if they're moving in that direction, then you definitely want to be part of those kinds of peer groups. Next question. Write down a specific emotionally significant incident in your life revolving around the area of money. So write down a specific emotionally significant event or incident in your life. In NLP terms, it's called a SEE, a significant emotional event. So write down a specific SEE in your life revolving around the area of money. I can remember in my life, I was working at my dad's office in the summer of '99, I think. And my dad was paying off the printers of his little newspaper. He had a little weekly English language newspaper. And he was paying them off by bartering. He was advertising hotels, and the hotels would give him free stays. So he would take those free stays in hotels and pay off suppliers and things like that with free stay. He didn't have any cash, so at one point it was getting just ridiculous because he used that to pay off pet food supplies. So we would get pet food for free because my dad would barter, would give them holiday stays. So we would get pet food, and would pay the petrol station with the pet food, and yeah, it was very good system. Very good system. Unfortunately, what happened was that millions and millions of drachmas he was paying off in holiday stays to the printers. And he sent them off the contract, but they never sent it back to him. So a couple of years later, they asked him, well, here's a bill for $20 million. And he didn't have any money at all. And they sent him one thing, and it was like, this is ridiculous. We've got this agreement for bartering. And their executives were going on holiday all the time. They were taking advantage of it. They sent him a second letter. His lawyer said, just disregard it. It's nonsense. Third time around, he disregarded it as well. And the fourth time, the bailiffs came to his little newspaper place. And I was there. He was at home, and there were 6 removals people, a lawyer, and a bailiff that just showed up. I said, okay, we're packing everything. We're just grabbing everything, computers, tables, everything. You have this desk. To pack everything. Oops, test. Okay, and basically they forced him to sign a deed to give up his house, or basically his house was going to be auctioned off to pay off this debt. Our house, basically the house we grew up in, unless he could come up with the money. And that was the first time he was signing off that deed there. There was just these big 6 guys around him, plus the lawyer, and his lawyer didn't show up, and it just me and my dad. And I saw my dad cry then for the first time as we were signing off the house to the bailiff. And I mean, talk about injustice, right? I mean, this was just because they hadn't sent back the contract. They just totally. And my dad asked for the contract once, and then testing. creative type, he just forgot about it. And